The next one, back to my point about change, is should you as a marketer, should your organization be trying to make trends or follow trends? And that's a huge fork in the road, right? So online digital education, that's a trend. Skillshare isn't trying to make that trend. They're following that trend, and good for them, right? Book publishing worked for a really long time because there was a trend, and the trend was when people could afford it and were educated enough, they would buy a book. Now, of course, we're seeing that people don't want to buy books the way they used to. So if you want to start a book publishing organization, you better be prepared to make a trend, because if all you're doing is following it, you're following it down, and that's no fun. Okay, next question, and we have 4 left. Where is the risk? The personal risk to you as a marketer. What risk are you taking? The risk to you as a brand in making the promises you're making, in showing up in the places you're showing up, and the risk to the customer, right? What risk is she taking when she engages with you in a transaction? And please don't write, she might waste $1.99, because risk is almost never related to money. It might be related to the way we feel about money. It might be related to feeling stupid if we buy the wrong thing. That's a real risk. But we have to know what these risks are if we're going to go forward in putting our idea in the world and changing something. Next, who is in charge? Please don't have any more meetings. Meetings are the bane of the marketer's existence. Marketers go to more meetings than anybody else because they can't get their arms around who is in charge. Who says yes, who says no. You got a new logo? How many people have to say yes to the new logo? If it's, I don't know, then don't even start the project. You have to get real clarity here as to who is responsible and who is in charge. Next, marketers spend money. It used to be that marketers spent billions and billions of dollars. At Procter & Gamble, one company, they spend more than $2 billion a year. Meaning, since I started talking to you, Procter & Gamble has spent, I don't know, do the math, $5 million? It used to be easy to spend the money. You would just write a check to CBS, NBC, a few other places, and you were done. Now, you're not spending the money there. So where are you spending the money? And when you spend money, what is it for? Back to what are you measuring? Because what we've seen is this huge gulf where people don't hesitate one bit to put Bob Dylan in a car commercial and spend $10, $20 million doing that, but hesitate to sponsor some local conference for $10,000. That's a huge gap. Why is it okay to spend all that money because you used to, but not okay to spend a little bit of money here that's actually going to work at achieving your goals? That as new media replaces old media, it's impossible to spend $20 million at a time. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't be spending money. It's just getting clarity as to what the money is for and how you're going to decide if you're spending it properly. Which all leads to question number 11. How should I be spending my time? That one of the banes of the marketer's existence, one of the pitfalls that marketers fall into is this. You end up being in the reaction mode. You're not sure how to spend your time, so you wait to see what's coming in, and you're just swinging your bat at whatever ball is being thrown at you. And instead of your agenda, your strategy, your day, what we end up with is a mindset that says, what do I do next? Oh, there's an emergency over there. There's an emergency over there. The great marketers, and I have met many of them, the great marketers set their own agenda, that they know how they should be spending their time. Because other than the money that they've got to spend, their time is the single most valuable asset they've got. So there they are, 11 seemingly simple, almost rhetorical questions that are extremely difficult to answer. If you passed it around with your marketing team, if you printed out the PDF and said, everybody, answer these questions, would you get the same answer from everyone? I guarantee you, if I asked these questions to the people on the assembly line, if I asked these questions to the people in the audit committee, if I asked these questions to the people who do logistics, they'd all know the answer to every one of them. How come marketers don't? We've, for too long, have just said, let us play with shiny objects. I think we have to start this entire course by saying, wait a minute, I'm a professional at this. I'm not hacking at it. As a professional, answer these questions because I'm not prepared to start until you do. So that's this lesson. Have fun with it. Thanks.